Hello and welcome to the channel. I want to talk about handheld gaming, and this might be a shorter video, but I'm a huge fan of handheld gaming. As you can see here, I have several consoles. I do have multiples of a lot of these consoles. Um, I got another GBA. I got another two PSPs. I have another two Vitas. I got a 3DS XL. Still, this is my 2DS XL, and unfortunately I had to sell my other Switch Lite, but I do have other two regular Switches which can be played in handheld mode. Um, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of handheld gaming. Um, I do wish that Sony would come out with a new handheld, and I also wish that they would have stuck with the Vita. Because in my opinion, I think the Vita is actually far superior to the Switch as far as features and some of the games even. But yeah, no, the Switch has definitely come a long way in the last 5.5 years or whatever it is that it's been out. There's so many games for the Switch, both digitally and physically. And I wish that Sony would have given the Vita just as much support, but they like cut off support within a year or something like that. It was kind of ridiculous. Um, but what I'd love to do is I'd love to get my hands on a Steam Deck. I do like PC gaming. I don't game that much on my laptop, unfortunately, but I do have, I think, like 104 PC games on Steam, and then I have another maybe 10 or 15 games between the Epic Game Store and GOG. But yeah, I hope at some point I'll be able to get my hands on a Steam Deck, either the first gen or maybe even the next gen, the second iteration of the Steam Deck. I'm not entirely sure. I just gotta figure out the money part first. But yeah, I I do wish that the regular Switch was cheaper, because it did cost me as much as a PS4. The original PS4 release, it was like $400 for my Mario Red and Blue Switch. But the only reason why I got it was because it was a limited edition Switch, and I thought, well, that kind of makes up for the extra bit of money. But yeah, the first Switch I got was the Switch Lite, because it was only like $250 plus tax, so about $300 with tax. So that was a little bit more reasonable. So that got me into the Switch ecosystem. And unfortunately I got my Vita towards the end of its life cycle, which kind of sucks, but money was tight, and I got this one, I think, at GameStop. I got the Slim with digital. No, I think he gave me the physical copy of Borderlands 2. And then later on eBay, I bought the 1000. But I'm going to do a separate video on the ones I haven't done yet for my history with gaming. I haven't done my Vita one yet. I don't think I did my PSP one yet. I haven't done my 3DS one yet either at this point. But I did do the Game Boy, and I also haven't done the Switch yet either. I did do a couple other ones. No, I did do the PSP one, I think. I might have. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But yeah, I'm really big into handheld gaming, and no, I'm not a fanboy. I don't do console war stuff. PC is superior, and the Steam Deck makes things
so much better for portable gaming, being able to take your PC games on the go, and being able to take your Steam library. I do want to get like the cheapest model and then upgrade the SSD to as large a storage as I can possibly get. I don't know how much storage they can fit onto one of those mini M.2 SSDs. But yeah, I don't mind console gaming. I do have a PS4. I have been playing on my Xbox 360 again a little bit. I do have an N64. I got my Retron 3 HD so I can play some retro games. What else do I have? Obviously the Switch. I would love to get my hands on Xbox Series X. I'm not too happy with PlayStation right now with increasing the price of the PS5. Yeah, that sucks. It was already expensive as hell as it was. It's like $650 Canadian plus tax. Actually, how much would that cost me? It's almost $730 Canadian for PS5. And I'd get the one with the disc drive. Wow, that's a lot. It's almost $1,000, which is ridiculous. I do have a PC that I do need to build. I would love to film it, but right now I just don't have the space to actually be able to film it right now. I have a red NZXT Phantom tower that that I don't want to part with. And if I were to get another tower, it's like $650. It's almost as much as a freaking PS4 just for the case, which is ridiculous. So I don't want to part with that, and I do have another PC case to swap out the parts that are currently in my Phantom, which I also want to film, and then I want to do my build in my Phantom. It's a pretty big case, and the computer itself weighs about 40 pounds. And there's not much in there. There's maybe one or two there's an SSD, the motherboard, a 780 Ti I think I have in there, and it's all Skylake stuff. So it's 6700 non-K, Asus motherboard. 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4 RAM, power supply obviously. What else do I have in there? I think I have one mechanical hard drive in there, 6 terabyte. But the tower itself can hold, I think, either 6 or 8. It has either 6 or 8 bays for hard drives. Which is what I really want, so I can store a lot of data in there. I know this video kind of went off on a bit of a tangent, but I'm kind of looking at my tower and I'm just kind of thinking at the same time. It's like, man, I want to build my PC. I've had the parts since I think early 2021. Because I had to wait for a bunch of stuff. I had to wait for my graphics card, my motherboard, and my CPU because they were back ordered. But it's all current stuff. I have a 3070. I've got a AMD 6900 XT, I think it is, or 6900X.
Or is that 5900X? I get the graphics card and the CPU mixed up because they're so similar in numbers. I've got 128 gigs of RAM. I would love to get my hands on a 3080 Ti though for that build, because I would love to be able to actually make my own games and stuff. I did discover that there's a piece of software that I could potentially get for making Game Boy games. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. I just don't know how to get like blank cartridges and to be able to load ROMs onto cartridges and stuff like that. But yeah, I do enjoy gaming. And I've been streaming Saints Row a bit lately. Thankfully, I haven't come across any game-breaking bugs right now. But yeah, I'm not really enjoying the story, but I am kind of enjoying the gameplay. And it seems that the best way to actually play it is with it's on the easiest difficulty because you get insta kills and stuff like that with headshots. It's like that's the way that it's supposed to be played almost. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. But yeah, this was mainly to talk about the Steam Deck and PC gaming to some degree, and maybe a few other things too mixed in. But yeah, I'm not sure about the other handheld gaming companies like the Aoneo handheld. I think the Steam Deck is a better option. I think it's more powerful. And it's also running Linux, which I have no clue how to use because I've always used Windows, but I'm sure I could learn how to use it and how to do stuff on it. And I don't know how to get ROMs and emulate games and stuff like that. I'm sure I can find the emulators, but I just don't know where to get ROMs. And I have a pretty big collection of Switch games physically and stuff like that. But yeah, alright, well, I think I'm gonna cut this video here, and yeah, have a good one.